You see, I think what is important first of all to realize is to not single out the times that we are living in to be chaotic. If you look at the history of humanity, when has been a moment when there has not been chaos on planet Earth? The history of human beings is filled with chaos because the majority has, in the recent history at least, that we all know of, we haven't had the majority in a awakened state of consciousness. When the majority is not in the awakened state of consciousness, there will be conflict which will dominate. But the magnificent thing about these times that we are living in contrast to the recent history, is that we have greater possibility. We have greater accessibility. We have internet. We have communication tools where we can reach out of the bubble of wherever the individual is in. And this is the Dwapara Yuga, you see. So this accessibility to the teachings, and within that there is also the limitation of just getting stuck in the surface value. Because everything is available so much and so readily, we can take the teachings for granted and assume that we understand them only on the level of thought, you see, and that is a trap. It's a trap. So even though there is this immense invitation, we have to be aware and alert so that we access the deeper essence of these teachings. You know, the yoga is spreading all over the world, which is and it is being accessible to people from all different walks of life through different mediums. So we just have to be aware that the real invitation of yoga is to transcend and evolve and not just get stuck in the surface value of it.
I find it fascinating that you have been able to bring your deep experiences, which I hope you'll talk about in the caves, to people all over the world, often using internet.
Yes, you see, I think yogic teachings are not about running away from the world. See, these are not teachings about escapism and shunning this world that we are a part of. This world is God. This breath is God. And so if you go deeper into the essence of your own true nature, you are bound to stay relevant to the flow of life. We cannot fight the flow of life. That would be very arrogant. So as I was staying here in this cave for months, you know, getting into a deeper, 3 months and I lived here, I did not speak for 3 months, and that was more than a decade ago. That experience was so profound. But it was very clear, one day, I did not come here with a specific plan that, okay, I'm going to be here for 3 months. I just felt inspired and I just followed that voice, and I just came here without really telling anybody. So I just came here and stayed. And then one day it was clear that it was time for me to go down. And it was not a big thinking. There was no thinking involved. It was just a clear, and as I went down, it was clear that the experience needed to be shared. It wasn't like a choice. You know, it wasn't an intellectual choice I arrived at. It was a natural progression of who I was. It was just like this river, just that's her nature to flow. And when you make contact with the truth of who you are, you naturally want to share. It's just a natural sharing. It's not an intellectual decision. And when we have access to true intelligence, we stay relevant. We don't fight what is. We use the tools, you know, that are available. I think internet is a powerful tool if used correctly. All the technology that we have in this age, this is Dwapara Yuga technology. And if we have a consciousness which is not stuck in dark ages, we have a mind which can expand, then we can use this technology, these tools, to make a better world for ourselves and for all sentient beings. What is happening is, I think, a lower age mind with a higher yoga information, and that's the trouble.